He led a feared Alabama rushing attack, and that alone holds a lot of value. Was Damien Harris the Crimson Tide's lead rusher for a reason we are overlooking as we roll through the 2019 NFL draft process? That's next on our 2019 video profile series hosted by DynastyLeagueFootball.com.
The NFL Draft Profile Series, NFL Prospects. Break it down, let's get it. People's pen and the gridiron scholar. Time to do it major. Let's see who running the field. Let's analyze the data. Yeah, let's go.
If there's one thing that is a given in every NFL draft class, it is that an Alabama running back will be drafted, if for no other reason than name recognition due to their permanent stage in the national spotlight. John, Damien Harris was the RB1 in the three-headed attack with three very good and talented rushers, teammates. I was going to say classmates, teammates, one of which is a classmate in Josh Jacobs, who a lot of people are putting at the top of this running back group. He wasn't even at the top ahead of Damien Harris on his own team. So is there something maybe we're overlooking? And how's your take on Damien Harris at the next level?
Andy, when he gave his farewell speech to the nation, Dwight D. Eisenhower warned us about the military-industrial complex. Well, Dynasty fans love the Alabama industrial complex for running backs. However, there are some potholes and warnings here. Since 2010, Alabama has graduated Mark Ingram, Trent Richardson, Eddie Lacy, T.J. Yeldon, Derrick Henry. And this year we have Josh Jacobs and Damien Harris. So there's some excellence in there and there's some potholes. So I like Damien Harris, but I'm not in love with him as much as other people. I think he's going to be a very nice NFL player, and I think NFL teams are going to value his intangibles and his floor more than I do because I don't see as much upside. Hey, the resume is great. He finished his campus tenure as 8th all-time leading rusher with over 3,000 yards for the Crimson Tide. In 2016 and 2017, he posted back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons and averaged over 7 yards per carry on 285 runs. He also owns a school record for the longest touchdown run of 73 yards. So that is very impressive for a young man at Alabama to hold the record. But the irony here is I don't think of him as an explosive home run hitter. Now, he can get yardage when he's in the open field, but he also can be caught from behind. So I look at his career stats. I love his yards per carry at 6.4. That's terrific. He had 52 receptions. People might know it, but he's a capable pass catcher, and he's proven it over 3 seasons at Alabama. The 40-yard dash, a little concerning, but at 5'10" and 216 pounds, a 4.57 is good but not great, and you see that on film when he gets caught from behind. We have not seen the agility scores yet, so I'm waiting for the Alabama Pro Day because I think that is going to give us a lot more information. So what's my scouting report? Andy, he runs with rage and resolve. I really like watching him run the football. He's a short, choppy strider who patiently presses the point of attack and allows blocks to unfold. He uses vision to find holes. He identifies cutback lanes and blasts through the opening. He's smooth, lateral bursts, and stays balanced. Low center of gravity with quick feet. He's decisive and powerful ball carrier who attacks opponents. I really like this young man in short yardage, but there are some concerns. He does not have elite burst and he lacks long speed. He rarely makes defenders miss in the open field, and he's not particularly elusive. So that's why I want to see how he does at the Pro Day at Alabama. But Andy, I know you like him more than I do, and don't get me wrong, he's definitely a second-round pick. But why do you like him so much?
It's not so much that I like him so much. I just think we might be overlooking him at the same time while people are falling in love with the shiny new toy, shiny new object. I mean, the Alabama offensive line aside, I shudder to think what Harris could have been in another offense all to himself. He shows the ability to be a three-down back, offering more receiving ability than you'd initially think, given his assumed identity as a thumper. He also shows more elusiveness than you'd anticipate for someone who mainly wins with power. Surprisingly, he saw his most carries in a season this past year with those 150, but he also saw his total numbers decline, falling short of 1,000 yards for the first time since he was a freshman. I think that speaks to the quality of the rotation he was in and the way in which they used them, with each running back getting a full series in sequence. With the added aerial attack Bama rolled out, his situations were sporadic. So what I'm trying to say is I don't think the numbers truly paint what he provided to the team. The feeling I get from him is what the thoughts surrounding Nick Chubb were last year. People started falling in love with others. They dropped Chubb's stock slightly. But here we are a year later wishing we all had him. I think Damien Harris can be that guy, and it is independent of where he lands. The fact that he has worked well in a system like the pro ranks have become gives him an added advantage that I think negates any learning curves that others in this class might have. This is a pro running back who I think can handle north of 175 carries from day one, and I'd be surprised if he didn't receive that number as a baseline. He's the type of back, due to his consistency and ball security, that will gain a coach's immediate trust. Now, while his ceiling may be limited in comparison to others in this class, I think he has one of, if not the safest floor amongst his peers. It might sound like a little bit of a stretch. Like I said, my general feeling is that we might be making too much of Damien Harris, and we might be overlooking the goodness that he does provide. I'm curious, though, how are you valuing him? How are you ranking him? How are you rating him? Leave it in the comments below. Let us know where you'd place him in the running backs this year in the 2019 draft. And check out all the other players we've covered, including all the running backs. You can see John's written work on footballdiehards.com, and you can see my newly launched expandtheboxscore.com, which features every touch of every player of the 2018 season, and it's fully customizable, so you can sort things however you want them and see players side by side and how they stack up with each other. Thanks for checking out this episode right here on dynastyleaguefootball.com. Don't hesitate to check out the other podcasts and articles on this site as well, and we thank you for tuning in today.